And when we come back, more on those existing home sales figures. They were up, but not as strong as some would like, and the market still doesn't have a lot to cheer about. If you're putting a house on the market or looking to buy, you're going to want to hear this next interview with the CEO of one of the biggest real estate brokers in the country, Margaret Kelly of REMAX. That's next. Well, existing home sales did rise in March by 3.7%, but that's not enough to make up for a nearly 9% drop experienced in the month of February. Sales of used homes do make up about 90% of the market, and economists say the industry is still weak because of falling property values and a record number of foreclosures. But it is spring. That means the selling season is upon us, and our next guest says she's seeing signs of a comeback. We're joined now by the CEO of REMAX, Margaret Kelly. Margaret, welcome to In Business. You say this is really going to be the first clean read because we don't have that tax credit buttressing sales. What are you expecting?
That's right. Well, you know, normally what we do is we compare year over year. What happened last March to this March? But we can't do that because of that tax credit artificially stimulated the market. What we're looking at now is month to month. We've gone up 3.7% from February. In fact, the number of homes sold has risen 6 out of the last 8 months, which is very encouraging. I'm cautiously optimistic that we're still going to bump along the bottom, but I think the worst is over.
Well, when we look at even today's existing home sales numbers, you saw 40% of sales were distressed. In February, 39% were distressed. That's not helpful for pricing.
It's not, but the number of foreclosures on a monthly basis are going down, which is encouraging. Now, we understand that lenders are going back and they are taking more time before they foreclose on properties. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen there. We're very hopeful that as they work through the foreclosures, the numbers will continue to stay down. But on the other side, there are a lot of homeowners, or home buyers, I should say, that are sitting on the sidelines saying, do I jump in or not?
Yeah.
Are the prices going to continue to go down? In what we've seen, we do a REMAX housing survey, 54 cities across the country. Give you an idea, in January, 0 of the 54 cities had an increase in price. In February, 17 of the 54, and in March, 35 of the 54 cities has had an increase in prices. That's very encouraging. You put that with good inventory to pick from, low interest rates, it really is an incredible time to buy right now.
Yeah, and you're looking at Tampa, Miami, Phoenix, Las Vegas, those real troubled markets seeing price increases. Interesting to note, you're on the board of directors of the Kansas Fed, so I know what you're saying is listened to carefully here by economists. When you look at the amount of time a house sits on the market, how does that play into how you're characterizing the health of the housing market right now?
Well, it goes back to, it is still the American dream. People still want to own homes. But we have this glut of foreclosed properties right now. I kind of call it a pig in the python, so to speak, that we have to ultimately get through the system and get back to a healthy housing market. And the only way to do that is it's going to have to be one bite at a time. But I really do believe that the worst is over. The good thing is the percentage of investors who are buying now has increased. Investors really don't get into the market until they think the prices are at a low and that they're going to make money on it. So that's another encouraging sign.
And you say at average 104 days on the market in March is how long it took to sell a house.
But there's also, you need to break that into two pieces, owner-occupied homes that are for sale and distressed properties.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants a distressed property that they may have to renovate and fix. Owner-occupied has a good, marketing.
All right. Margaret Kelly, thank you for joining us today. Appreciate your insight.
Thank you.